Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Wellesley High School Stadium in Wellesley, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls soccer contest between the hosting Raiders of Wellesley High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. It's Bay State Conference Soccer here live on the channel today, folks, and a little bit of a later start than what was originally on the schedule for this one. Originally, this game was going to be starting at a much more normal start time of 4 p.m., but it got moved to a later 6 p.m. time. I don't know if it was because of how bad the rain has been the past couple of days and they were trying to give it a chance to let up, but if that's the case, then this broadcaster is highly grateful for that, because if we had had this broadcast during a time when the rain was still coming down, I might not have been able to do this broadcast at all. It might not have been safe for my equipment. I might have had to cancel the stream altogether. But thankfully, the time was moved later, the rain has let up, and here we are, safe and sound, ready to get this game underway with a full broadcast in tow. And I'm certainly happy for that. Hope you guys are too. Coming into this one, these two teams, obviously no love lost between them, as they eliminated each other from the playoffs in the state tournament each of the last 2 years. In last year's Final Four, it was second-seeded Wellesley taking out third-seeded Brookline in overtime 2-1 to punch their ticket to the finals, where the Raiders captured the state championship with a defeat of Mayfield-Sheehan in the finals. And the year before that, it was fifth-seeded Brookline upsetting fourth-seeded Wellesley in the 2023 state tournament in the round of 8 to punch their ticket to the Final Four. But very different teams, certainly a very different Brookline team this year. The Warriors coming into this one with a record of 4 wins, 5 losses, and 3 draws. But they've moved up gradually in the power rankings. They've been moving in a good direction. They've won 3 of their last 4 games after starting the season 1-4-3. They now sit at 4-5-3, and they've moved up the power rankings from a spot in the 20s to a spot in the teens. Today's power ranking update put them at 13th in MIAA Division I. Wellesley, meanwhile, coming into this contest with a record of 7-2-2, 7 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws. And today's power rankings actually moved them down 1 spot all the way to 3rd. I know. Oh my gosh, what a big drop-off. But all kidding aside, Wellesley, a very highly ranked squad. Once again, they are very much in the running to potentially go back-to-back, and their head coach, Dave Wainwright, very much in the running for a coaching three-peat, as Coach Wainwright actually won the state championship in 2023 with Natick before coming to Wellesley and instantly elevating them to state championship glory last year. So 2 very strong teams coming into this one. And as a matter of fact, according to the MIAA power rankings, these 2 teams, Wellesley and Brookline, ranking 3rd and 4th respectively in Division I in terms of strength of schedule, trailing only behind Weymouth and Newton North. So these are teams that are familiar with high-level competition, and this game should be no different. They faced off earlier this season on September 11th in a game played at Brookline's Skyline Park. Wellesley getting the win in that one 2-0. So Brookline hoping to get some payback here, but against the 3rd-ranked team in the state, that's going to be easier said than done. As you can see, folks, we've got a scoreboard cam going in the bottom left corner of your screen, so we'll be able to see how much time we got left on the clock, as well as the score. So that'll be nice. You can see the pregame clock got a little over 7 minutes on the mark here, and this is going to be a fun broadcast, folks, and part of the reason I know that is that I am not alone on this broadcast here today, as having just arrived, having braved the traffic from Brookline to Wellesley at the edge of rush hour. Joining me on the mic today, my color commentator and aspiring sports broadcaster, Brookline High sophomore Sam Lowenstein. Sam, thanks for joining me.
All right, thank you for having me on. Jesse here for another game. We covered a volleyball game a few days ago together, and Brookline here in a big, important matchup against Wellesley. So Brookline's record going into this one, 4 wins, 5 losses, and 3 ties. So definitely a dip from last year. And Wellesley's one of those teams that Brookline's had a rivalry with. A lot of big matchups. Jesse, a game that you called Sydney Freeze's incredible goal in the playoffs a couple years back against Wellesley.
That was well, actually, it was last year and the year before.
Last year and the year before.
Yeah, no, I was saying earlier while waiting for you that these two teams have had a lot of big face-offs with each other, you know, and it may be a very different Brookline team, but you know that the rivalry between Brookline and Wellesley is certainly still going to be intense.
Oh, 100%. And this Wellesley team going up against Brookline, looking at their last 5 matchups, their last game 1-1 against Concord, then they won 1-0 the game before, lost 3-2, tied 0-0 against Natick, and beat Framingham 5-0. So Wellesley, a very formidable team at 7-2-2.
Absolutely. And with 5.5 to go, let's take a look at the rosters coming into today. And remember, folks, if I'm getting any names wrong even this late into the season, I always encourage corrections in the live chat or via email. You can see my email on the bottom right corner of your screen. Any comments that fans would like to leave during this broadcast, I always encourage. We'll start here with the hosts, the 3rd-ranked Wellesley High Raiders. Going in order of jersey number for Wellesley, first off we have a senior co-captain and goalie, number 1, Cam Walsh. Next, a sophomore, number 2, Emmy Gander. A junior, number 3, Kate Cooney. A senior captain, number 4, Emily Burnham. A sophomore, number 5, Kate Comella. A junior, number 6, Hannah Thornton. A senior captain, number 7, Ellery Gearhart. A junior, number 8, Alexa Hoff. A junior, number 9, Layla Etcher. A sophomore, number 10, Grace Sullivan. A freshman, number 12, Avery Andrews. A junior, number 14, Lily Andrews. A junior, number 15, Kinsley Stevens. A junior, number 16, Grace Hasselback. A sophomore, number 17, Grace Collard. A junior, number 18, Sabrina Gabriel. A senior captain, number 19, Caroline Keys. A freshman, number 20, Annie Huber. And a junior goalie, number 30, Bryn Francis Genie. Head coach of the Wellesley High girls soccer team is Dave Wainwright. So that's the roster for Wellesley. We see Brookline over here on our right moving towards the benches as we're almost ready to get this one started. Let's quickly go through the Brookline roster. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off, we have a senior captain, number 3, Elin Lindgren Palm. Next, a sophomore, number 4, Nev Kesselman. A junior, number 5, Hannah Greer. A junior, number 6, Paige Hammond. A senior, number 7, Amalia Lindgren Palm. A junior, number 8, Juliana Siegel. A junior, number 9, Kaylee Coe. A junior, number 10, Alexa Lieberman Wingirter. A sophomore, number 11, Rose Shoret. A junior, number 12, Astrid Nigrovich. A senior captain, number 13, Julia Vianello. A junior, number 15, Haley Ament. A senior, number 19, Jada Kimbrough. A senior, number 20, Priscilla Hill. A senior captain, number 21, Mirabelle Kesselman. A senior, number 22, Eva Berkson. A junior, number 23, Jameson McGee. A senior, number 25, Lila Cannon. And then the 3 goalies on the Brookline roster, a junior, Liv Clowder, a sophomore, Sadie Sawada, and starting in net, a junior, number 38, Chloe Price. Head coach of the Brookline High girls soccer team is Ben Peters. So those are our rosters as the co-captains just met at midfield to decide who's going to get the opening possession of the first half and which direction they'll be playing from, as we'll soon get this one underway. And one second, folks.
Can you share it with me?
And one thing to note as I mentioned the captains, is that one of Brookline's captains, Mirabelle Kesselman, with some big news recently, as she has announced she's going to be playing for North Dakota State women's soccer next year following her graduation from BHS. So that is absolutely awesome to hear. You know, Brookline with plenty of history of sending these talented soccer players on to the next level. Of course, 4 graduates last year went on and are now playing college ball. Anna Leshley at Dartmouth, Sydney Fries at NYU, Velena Chernychev at Haverford, and McKenna Hammond at Trinity. And now Mirabelle Kesselman will be playing for the Bisons at North Dakota State. Got about 30 seconds left before we get this one started. And Sam, Brookline coming off a big offensive explosion against Danvers last Saturday, a 4-0 victory for Brookline, their 3rd win in the last 4 games. They were a little slow early in the season to figure out their offensive consistency and power, as evidenced in part by their last match against Wellesley in Brookline back on September 11th, when Wellesley defeated Brookline 2-0. What do you think is going to be the key for Brookline's offense to try and keep the good times going on offense here against a very strong opponent?
Well, they're going to have to get out on the wings. Brookline will have to against this Wellesley team. Wellesley beating them 2-0 in their last game. Offense is going to be so important because Brookline's a solid team defensively. The offense is going to be the difference.
All right, well, the horns sounded there from the pregame clock. As you can see, again, on the bottom left corner of your screen, a fresh 40 minutes put on the clock here for the first half. We've got our first note in the live chat from Pepper and Friends, giving a big shout-out to Brookline's starting netminder, Chloe Price. Thanks so much for tuning in, Pepper and Friends. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. We can see Wellesley is going to be playing from our left in their black jerseys with white jersey numbers. Brookline in their white jerseys with dark blue jersey numbers and red outlines playing on our right. And as always, folks, we encourage plenty of audience participation in the live chat. It can be as simple as Go Brookline or a shout-out to a specific player, like we got from Pepper and Friends, or it could be something a little more important. Like I said, if you want to give me any corrections on name pronunciations or anything like that, if I'm calling the wrong player at any point, or if there's anything wrong technically with the live stream, either with the audio or with the video, I encourage you to please speak up and say something. Don't be afraid to let me know if there's anything wrong here. Wellesley's going to get the opening possession here as we get ready to get started at midfield. Looks like it'll be number 4, Emily Burnham, the senior co-captain, getting us started here tonight. We just await the opening whistle from the official. And here we go. Burnham sends it back to number 7, Ellery Gearhart, who pops it up in the air to the Brookline side of the field. Headed away by the Brookline defensive line, Paige Hammond collects it, sends a pass to the outside to Nev Kesselman. Kesselman pass looking for Amalia Lindgren-Palm, but intercepted by number 10, Grace Sullivan. They work it upfield to get it to Burnham. Burnham trying to spin away from her defender. Burnham has got some space, passes it to the outside. A bit harder to see players on the far side as it's getting a little darker here late into the night. The crosser pass kicked away by Brookline, but it's recovered by the Raiders. Burnham trying to dribble across, looking for an opening here, touches it back, finds a target, a kick into the box, and it's going to be taken off one hop. by Chloe Price off the long kick from, I believe, number 9, Layla Etcher. Price punts this one away, goes off the foot of Gearhart, stays in play, headed forward by Wellesley, kicked back forward by Brookline, gets up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. A kick to the outside just misses the intended target, who I think was Julia, or might have been Haley. Yeah, it's Haley Ament, actually, my mistake. Throw in for Wellesley. Number 19, Caroline Keys, passing it back. From the back line, a pass forward intercepted. Brookline trying to push it up. Pass over to Ament. Ament pass. Lindgren-Palm slipped and fell, looked like, as that one's going to be easily picked up by Cam Walsh.
Well, Jesse, Brookline's looked very fluid here in these first couple minutes. Just have to capitalize on their small opportunities.
This one off a couple of heads. Still deflecting around, and we've got a whistle against Wellesley. I think a little too much physical contact there, and it's going to be a free kick for Brookline.
Well, a couple plays ago, Haley Ament had a good chance for Brookline, but she was unable to corral it. Now an opportunity here off the free kick.
Kesselman kicks it upfield. Mirabelle Kesselman, that is. Got to specify both Kesselman sisters out on the field for Brookline. Wellesley kicks that one away, and that one is going to fly out of bounds.
And just nothing doing there, but Brookline maintaining possession. They've been able to establish control in Wellesley's end.
This throw-in finds Ament. Ament trying to spin off her defender. Fits a pass through, but just knocked away from the intended target. Kicked back forward, I believe, by Jamie McGee. It ricochets around. Brookline pokes it free around midfield. I believe that's Hannah Greer passing it back to Hammond. Hammond sending one down the edge, looking for Nev Kesselman, and finds her. Kesselman trying to fake out her defender. Cannot, but stays with the ball. Trying to fake out again, trying to gain the edge. Cannot gain the edge against Etcher. Turns around, a kick is blocked by a head, and Greer kicks it, just gets away from Nev Kesselman. Out of bounds, strong defense from Layla Etcher on that one.
That's a really good job by Nev Kesselman to get ahead of the Wellesley defense on that left side, just unable to get possession of the ball on that last chance wide open.
Yeah, well, she had possession. She just couldn't quite get around her defender.
And then she received the pass, which she couldn't corral at the end.
You're right, you're right.
Good chances for Brookline here in the early going.
Goal kick for Wellesley now. And this pass goes out to number 10, Grace Sullivan. Sullivan kicks it, flying upfield, and it's going to be collected by Elin Lindgren-Palm for Brookline. Sends it back to Price, who pops it up in the air, up the near side. Amalia Lindgren-Palm coming back for it, but it bounces over her head, and Sullivan takes it and passes it back. Dribbling up with it here, I think, is number 8, Alexa Hoff. Hoff's pass up, and it's recovered by 63, who is not on the roster that I found. Her pass stolen away by Mirabelle Kesselman, but an interception at midfield by Wellesley. Pass goes up to Etcher. Etcher sending one forward, finds Burnham. Burnham cutting towards the middle. Fakes her defender out of her shoes there. And the help has to come. Crosser flies in, deflected back. Etcher going to try a pass. She fits a pass through to 63. A pass across into tight traffic here. Oh, and Burnham called offsides as she was ahead of the defense. But, Sam, that loose ball almost bounced right to her foot for a goal, if not for the offside.
Exactly, and what a move by Burnham as well. Earlier in that play, totally faking out Elin Lindgren-Palm. She fell over and setting up a chance for Wellesley. If it weren't for the offsides, they would have had a great shot on net, very close to the goal.
Goal kick coming up for Brookline here. It's going to be Mirabelle Kesselman taking this one. Boots it. Knocked down by Wellesley. 63 going to chase that one down. Heading up the far side. Tries to fit a pass through, and it's not there. An easy pickup for Price.
Just a good job by the Brookline defenders and midfielders to adjust and come over to the ensuing wing attack from Wellesley.
This punt from Price bouncing along. Corralled by Brookline. A pass back to Juliana Siegel. Back forward to Paige Hammond. Touch to the outside. Cannot be corralled by Julia Vianello. Wellesley ball.
That's just a pure miscommunication for Brookline between Hammond and Julia Vianello.
This one deflects around. A pass back here to Sullivan. Sullivan kicks it forward, and ball's tangled up, but it is kicked forward again by Wellesley. But another easy pickup for Price off a kick, I think, from number 15, Kinsley Stevens.
And a great job by Mayfield-Sheehan to intercept the kick going deep down the field there.
Price's punt deflected down, but kicked forward by Hannah Greer. Chasing after it is Amalia Lindgren-Palm, but she's cut off by Sullivan. Lindgren-Palm staying after it, and that one kicks out of bounds. And who touched it last? Wellesley touched it last. Good pressure from Amalia there. Throw in from Nev Kesselman gets to Ament. Ament, leading goal scorer for Brookline this year with 3 goals so far, passes it back to Greer. Further back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Up the line looking for Nev Kesselman, knocked away. Kicked back forward by Greer. Back and forth it goes, off ahead, downed by Burnham. Burnham dribbling, pass outside, Sullivan. Sullivan moving upfield, jukes around one, pass to the middle. Pass looking to the outside, kicked away by Elin. Deflecting along, and Amalia Lindgren-Palm takes control, and she's kicking one forward, looking for Ament, but just a little too far forward. But she blocked the clear. Ament staying after the ball. Ament trying to fight through. She gets tripped up, but no whistle there as Ament couldn't muscle her way through the defender. I hate to say it, but I think I agree with the non-call there, as the defender was playing the ball and Ament just tried to push through her and lost her footing. That one deflects around, controlled by Vianello. Pass up the far side, finds her target. Amalia passing it back to Greer, further back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Now back to Jamie McGee. Up the middle, missed it wide there, intercepted by Stevens, given to Burnham. Burnham trying to send a leading kick there, but Elin Lindgren-Palm smartly going to cut that one off as she was trying to find Hannah Thornton on that play.
Well, we've seen that attempted connection between Burnham and Thornton a couple times this game so far, Jesse. Brookline's done a good job defending it.
Long kick from Sullivan, a header chance, but it's knocked away, but it's knocked back forward, and it's going to be out wide, chased down by Price. But boy, what a scary chance for Wellesley there, if not for the high-rising head of Mirabelle Kesselman using her height and strength to get that ball away on the first look. Off the head of Amalia Lindgren-Palm there, corralled by Hoff. Hoff kicks it across the field, and it's going to be chased down by Elin Lindgren-Palm. She's just going to take it herself, pass up to Greer. Greer trying to fend off the forward pressure, manages to somehow get it up to Siegel. Pass back, Mirabelle Kesselman pops it up in the air. Down the far side, deflected away by Wellesley up to 63. Pass to the outside, cutting towards the middle, a pass back. And now towards the middle. This is Stevens, I believe. And a pass back, now sent up the line, looking for Gearhart. Gearhart's kick is blocked, and that's going to be a corner kick for Wellesley.
And Brookline, again, still solid defense around in the box. Wellesley, most of their successes when they've had it in the crossing game. Brookline's done a good job staying compact here in the early going. Both sides have had their chances here in the first 10 minutes.
And now a big chance for Wellesley as they set up for the corner kick. Looks like a lefty kicker sending this one in from the left side. It'll curve away from the net as it flies in. It goes off a foot up in the air, and Amalia Lindgren-Palm goes high to deflect that header away from Emily Burnham. Wellesley staying on the attack, but now cleared out by the Warriors, taken back by the Raiders, but a little too much on that pass to the outside.
And a bit too much pressure. Too much for the Raiders to deal with, just a small panic and kick out of bounds.
This one deflecting back and forth. It's Burnham again. Burnham trying to fit a pass through. Blocked again by Mirabelle Kesselman. Passes back to Price. Price sends it up the middle. Pass from Greer is blocked. And again, pressure from Wellesley. Burnham trying to cut around, and Mirabelle Kesselman staying with her for another big breakup as it's cleared out by the Warriors. Wellesley starting to really pick up the pressure here as they almost take that ball away again. We're going to have a whistle called against Brookline as Wellesley with a successful box-out job there to draw the foul. Free kick flies into the box. Oh, my goodness, that one was close. Looked like Price almost lost track of it, but it bounces wide out of bounds.
And that kick almost found Birdham. She's been so good in and around the box for Wellesley. Mirabelle Kesselman's done a great job to defend her for Brookline. She's been such an important part of the Warriors' defense.
If the North Dakota State coaches are watching plays like that, they're certainly happy to be having a prospect like Kesselman coming to their campus next year, as this one kicked upfield, taken by Sullivan, tapped to the outside, now sent back by Etcher all the way back to Hoff. Hoff evades the pressure, gets it to Sullivan, give and go back to Hoff. Hoff sending it upfield, too far. Looks like she was trying to get it to number 19, Caroline Keys, and Brookline just going to send that one out of bounds.
And Caroline Keys just behind the Brookline defenders there.
Throw in, a tap back. Looks like Stevens trying a lefty shot, and a save by Chloe Price.
What a shot from Caroline Keys. Falling or shifting to her left, I should say. Good opportunity for Wellesley, but still a tough angle.
Yeah, thank you for the correction, Sam. I thought that was Stevens, but you're right. That was Keys. Maybe my eyes are getting old. That's a scary thought. Kick upfield by Wellesley, as this one is going to roll slowly out the back line for a Brookline goal kick.
Well, I will say the font of the Wellesley jerseys, they're not easy to look at. Something about them, they blend together, just that slight amount.
Yeah, no, I think you got a point there. And it just when it's like a little bit darker, sometimes it can be a little harder to see sometimes. We got some notes in the live chat. Lucy Blanchard giving a shout out to Chloe Price all the way from Maryland. And then we got a note from former Brookline assistant girls soccer coach and assistant girls lacrosse and assistant girls hockey coach as well, Jillian Kelly, shouting out Brookline as she watches the stream as well. Deflections back and forth get upfield for Brookline. Haley Ament with the ball just past midfield. Dribbling up with it, surveying her options. Tries touch to the outside, but not enough on it. Taken away by the Raiders. Working it up that far side and lost out of bounds. Deflected out by Brookline.
And a good job there by the Warriors. They've had a good high press when they've needed to fend off Wellesley's initial attacks.
Wellesley's been generating a great deal of pressure in the past few minutes, but Brookline now trying to flip the script a little bit. Pass to the open to the near side to Sullivan. Sullivan sending it up the line. Finds her target. That's Etcher. Etcher racing up the line, but Nev Kesselman chases her down and takes that one away. Pass back to Elin Lindgren-Palm, who kicks it upfield. Finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Slides it across. Finds Siegel. Siegel trying to kick it ahead for Ament, a little bit far, kicked away by the Wellesley defense. That one ricochets around. That looked like a handball, but the ref didn't see it as Vianello kicks this one up the line. They might have just been playing the advantage, not sure, but no whistle either way. Ball now goes back to Hoff. Hoff, pass up the line to, I believe, Gearhart. Give and go back to Hoff. Hoff showing an ability to dribble all over the map despite her position as a defender. Sending it up the far side. 63 trying to battle. Cannot get around the wall of Mirabelle Kesselman as she clears that one away. Deflects through, but it's taken away by Brookline. I believe that's Hammond. Hammond runs into a defender. The loose ball recovered by Amalia. Pass back here to Siegel. Siegel to the outside. Ament trying to pick up speed. Ament's kick is blocked, and that's going to roll out the back line. That's going to be a corner for Brookline.
And good defense there from Kate Comella. Ament looking to cross it in with the ensuing pressure from Comella to get it into the box, but nonetheless a corner kick for Brookline and a chance coming.
Yeah, you know, that's when you go for a crosser, those are your two best options. Either you manage to get the crosser in or you get a deflection out the back line for a corner kick. And with a little bit of spin, that's what Ament was able to get. It'll be Siegel sending in this corner kick as Jada Kimbrough has just checked into the game for Brookline. We'll see what Brookline does here as Kimbrough replaces Ament after she draws the corner. Siegel lifts this one in, and that one goes off the football uprights. She was trying to get some curve on that one, but that was like a hanging curveball in baseball. It just did not go where she wanted.
Exactly. Just didn't have the bite on the ball that she expected.
Ooh, I like that. Didn't have the bite on it.
That's why it hangs up.
Ah. Off the goal kick, it's recovered ultimately by Greer. Greer fends off the pressure, got the pass away, deflects back to Greer. Now Greer sends it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough jukes, looking, taps across, back to Greer. Now the other way over to Siegel. Siegel looking around, fires a long kick, and that's going to be wide of the net, out of bounds.
Well, Jesse, Juliana Siegel looking to make up for the corner kick. Good idea. She had no other options, might as well have a shot, but realistically, not a shot that's expected to get very close to the goal.
Yeah, certainly not a high percentage look, especially when kicking with your off foot, as she kicked that one with her left that time. Just over 23 minutes still on the clock here in the first half, almost midway through, no score. Deflecting around, and it's Greer getting a boot on it. Off the head of Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Kimbrough corralling it, tried for a kick, but it's hard to time those up when it's bouncing, and Kimbrough slices that one.
Exactly. Really a difficult shot. You know what's so nice, Jesse? We actually have a scoreboard clock.
It is so nice.
We get to see the shots. There's time. The players get to see what the time is as well. So do we.
Dribbling with it now is Sullivan. Sullivan pass across to Comella. Comella kicks this one way upfield. Oh, almost a chance there for Keys, but it's knocked back by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Back to Price, up to Mirabelle Kesselman. Sends a pass up to Siegel. Siegel turning around, passing it back to McGee. McGee opts to go back to Price. Price taps it to the near side to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Boots it upfield, finds her sister Amalia. Amalia Lindgren-Palm, pressure on her back, fits a pass through to Greer. Greer takes it across midfield, sending it up to Kimbrough, taps it along, looking for Hammond, and Hammond does corral it. Hammond turns around, fires a kick, and I think she wasn't sure quite what kind of angle she had there, as that kick really didn't have much chance as a shot or a pass.
Exactly. Looked like she was stuck between trying to take a shot, turning around, and also passing to Julia Vianello running down the right wing. Just couldn't quite decide, and as a result, nothing much happening on that play.
Sometimes can be a little tougher to keep up your spatial awareness when you're like getting all turned around like that. Goal kick for Wellesley. They give it to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbling right in front of the net, but does manage to pass it. And now they swing it over to Hoff. Hoff has been strong in the transition game from that back line for Wellesley as she dribbles up with this one. A pass to the middle, and they're forced to go back as number 20, Annie Huber, sends it back to Sullivan across to Comella. That pass does manage to find Stevens. Now to the outside. Dribbling up with it is Hoff. Hoff surveying her options, getting deeper into the Brookline end. An attempted give and go there. It's kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Chased down by Sullivan, but she lost control of it. Lindgren-Palm takes it. Amalia Lindgren-Palm sending one forward. A race to the ball. Jada Kimbrough tried to fight, but she was boxed out by Huber, and it's scooped up by Walsh. Given to Comella here. Comella boots this one, blocked there, I think, by Siegel. Deflecting around, and Siegel takes control of it. Pass deflects, corralled by Greer. Greer taps it to Siegel. Siegel passes back so Brookline can get more set up. McGee gives to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Kick upfield, finds her sister again. Amalia Lindgren-Palm dribbling, edge of the box, cutting around, knocked away by Hoff. Recovered by Siegel, gives to Greer. Greer tries to give back to Siegel, but it's booted away there by, I'm not sure if that's Stevens or if it's Grace Hasselback. I'm having a little trouble reading that one. But Brookline takes it back. Greer sends it back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pass up is blocked down, And Burnham tried to fake but was blocked. Instead gives a pass over to, I think, Hoff. Hoff trying to send to the outside to Etcher. Knocked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Recovered by Greer. Pass up the line for Nev Kesselman. Knocked out of bounds by Hoff.
Well, good play up there from Brookline. Amalia Lindgren-Palm previously getting open right in between the pocket of Wellesley's soft defense as they look to man in front of the goal.
That one headed down by Huber, kicked forward by Thornton. Finds Burnham. Burnham surveying her options. Fits a pass through to Keys. Keys fires, and it's chased down. Good tracking by Chloe Price as Keys had that one placed perfectly to the left side post, but Price read it coming all the way. She made that one look easy, but that was a potentially dangerous shot as this one's going to go out of bounds. Brookline ball.
Exactly. It almost looked more dangerous than it actually was in the way that Price saved it, but it makes you think, how dangerous was that? It looked like it definitely had a chance on goal. Difficult angle for Price to save it.
And this one upfield, Comella going to chase that one down. A pass back to, I believe, Hoff, and that pass misses. Brookline with a chance on offense here as Wellesley loses it out of bounds deep in their own territory.
And great pressure, Jesse, there from Jada Kimbrough to force the missed pass.
Throw in from the far side here. Goes off ahead, and that's going to go out the back line. And Brookline is given a corner kick.
Well, it works out for the Warriors then. Just trying to make something happen, and just like that, they have a corner chance.
Tom Rinker in the live chat commenting on how Price is on fire, but now Brookline on offense as they go for the short pass, dribbling in, a pass back out to Siegel, taps it back, Greer coming in, Greer fits a pass through, and nobody could take that one without being offsides as it bounces through and goes out the back line.
That's such an unfortunate play for Brookline. Mirabelle Kesselman looked to be open, could have possibly been offsides there, but she did have a chance to get close to the ball.
Goal kick from, I believe, Hoff, deflecting around, and it's taken by Gearhart. Gearhart pass back to Comella. Comella couldn't fend off the pressure, but this time it's going to be out off of Brookline. Good pressure again from Jada Kimbrough, like you said before, Sam, as this throw-in is being fought for by Hammond and Kimbrough. Kimbrough gets a foot on it, but runs out of real estate there, out of bounds. Wellesley ball again.
Exactly, just pinned to the side. Wellesley haven't had a chance in a good while. Brookline's been on the uptick, but still both sides with their chances.
Still scoreless here with 16.5 to go here in the first half, and a foul going to be called against Brookline there as we saw a Wellesley player go into the ground. So it'll be a free kick this time.
Good chance for Wellesley here.
Could definitely put on some pressure with a big boot here as Comella, the lefty kicker, launched that one up. Deflects off a Brookline player. They're trying to clear it out in a tight spot. Kicked forward by Wellesley. That goes into the box, and it's picked up by Price.
Not much doing there for Wellesley. It looked like number 9, that's Escher, came decently close to it, but not close enough.
This one kept in bounds by Nev Kesselman, taken back by Etcher. And Sullivan pushes it forward, gets it up to Burnham. Burnham dribbling. Brookline defense waiting for her. She jukes around, fires one, and sliced it out of bounds.
Burnham's continued to be dangerous as this first half progresses. She has been confined as of most of this half to taking those long shots, but once she gets in the box, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, and you can tell Brookline really respecting her ball handling abilities as they're sort of, pulling back whenever she's dribbling up with the ball. Because if they attack her too aggressively on defense and she jukes around one of them, she's going to be able to charge right into the box, and then she'll be really dangerous, like you said, Sam. They're trying to keep her confined to those lower percentage shots from further out. And Etcher trying to push that one forward, but nobody there. Kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Sullivan keeps it in bounds, gets it over to Stevens. Stevens, pass blocked there by Elin, but recovered, chased back by Burnham. Given to Sullivan. Sullivan heading down the near side, blocked there by Kesselman, and it's kicked away by the Warriors up to Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Her pass deflects, but does get to Paige Hammond. Hammond kicking one upfield, does get through to Nev Kesselman up the near side. Kesselman cutting towards the middle, looking, fires a shot. Oh my goodness! That went through the goalie's hands and almost right into the net. Almost a lucky bounce for Brookline, but they will get the corner.
That almost went in, Jesse. What a shot by Nev Kesselman.
Yeah, off a defensive deflection, off the goalie's fingertips.
And it spun around.
Yeah, almost spun its way into the net. Brookline going to set up for another corner. Should be Siegel taking this one again. Sends it in low, and it's booted up in the air by Wellesley immediately, and they clear it out. Greer sends it back forward to Siegel. Gives it to Vianello. Vianello cuts around, heading down the edge. Kicks that one. Did not get the deflection. Goal kick.
Just what a shot, Jesse. Nev Kesselman off her back foot, taking one from distance and almost getting the opening goal for the Warriors.
Just over 13 minutes to go, and we are still scoreless as we got a sub in for Wellesley, replacing Burnham. As this one deflects around, and Wellesley takes control. Gearhart passes it back to Hoff. Hoff dribbling around, but a steal. Kimbrough, shot, saved by Walsh. Loose ball in front. Lindgren-Palm takes it, shoots. Oh, she missed it wide.
Amalia Lindgren-Palm wide open in front of the net, and she just hit it wide right.
Yeah, she had to cut around some defenders a little bit to give her an open look, and just couldn't get the bend on the shot that she wanted.
It seemed that as she cut around the defenders, then she got the open look, but her body was already turned too far to the right side.
Can be so tough to get the ball to go where you want it to when things are moving that fast. But heads up forward pressure again from Jada Kimbrough to create that opportunity. This one booted upfield by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Deflects off the foot of Kimbrough. She's trying to give chase. Kimbrough still fighting for it. Look at Jada Kimbrough as this one deflects back. Taken by Brookline. Trying to dribble around was Hammond. No dice. Cleared away. And pushed forward by Stevens. Taken by Mirabelle Kesselman. Her pass blocked and taken back by the Raiders. It's taken now by number 17, Grace Collard. Collard going up the sideline. Kick knocked back by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Taken now by Etcher. Her kick blocked by Hammond. The kick from Greer blocked by Etcher. Deflecting back and forth. Collard tries to tap it forward. Knocked away by Jamie McGee. Sent back forward by Sullivan. And it's going to bounce into the box and be an easy grab for Chloe Price.
Well, Brookline looking good. Right now, a couple more chances in the last couple of minutes. They've been the better team in this first half, but Burnham has created some shots for Wellesley at the same time.
Elin Lindgren-Palm sends this one up the line to Nev Kesselman. Gets the favorable deflection off of Sullivan. Out of bounds Brookline ball. Quick throw in. Knocked out by Sullivan again. Try and slow things down. As we got subs checking in for Brookline. Number 22, Eva Berkson. And number 12, Astrid Nigrovich. Excuse me. Nigrovich and Berkson into the game, replacing Siegel and Nev Kesselman. Throw in to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, touches it to the outside.
Looked like that one went out of bounds, hit off the bench, and then came back in.
No, that went off the foot of Nigrovich to stay in, but then it rolled out.
Optical illusion coming from this angle.
It can be so tough, especially as it keeps getting darker. Sun fully down here, as we're relying entirely on the stadium lights here in Wellesley.
And on that play, the water bottle got knocked over.
That was not an illusion that time. Kimbrough trying to fit a pass through. Nothing there. Kicked right back. Hammond tried to corral it, but knocked away by Stevens. Taken by Mirabelle Kesselman. Kesselman kicks this one. Headed away by Sullivan. Recovered by Greer. Pass back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pops it across the field to Kesselman. Kesselman fakes, dribbles up, sends a pass forward, blocked by Wellesley. Taken back by the Raiders, kicked upfield, a race to the ball, and McGee is going to get there first. Pass it back to Price. Price sliced that one. Oh my goodness. That's a foul ball there as that rolls out the back line. It's going to give Wellesley a free corner kick.
That was scary, Jesse. That was a foul tip into the catcher's glove.
Boy,
right back.
Boy, that was like watching a foul bunt. It's like, oh, yeah, it's like that's a strikeout if you got 2 strikes there. Very
It's like one
lucky.
of those foul bunts up in the air.
Yes.
Foul bunt pop-up.
Corner kick coming up for the Raiders here. This one flying into the box and easily snagged by Price. Throws that one in as she escapes the near disaster there alive. Racing up with it now is Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to fight through a defender. Kimbrough still going. A pass is blocked. She was trying to give it to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, but no dice. Elin comes up, sends one flying high. Downed by Hammond. Hammond trying to fight through, but cannot. Taken away by Sullivan. Sullivan kicks it upfield. Greer kicks it right back. Finds Hammond. Hammond weaving around, looking, passes it back to Kesselman. Just over 8 minutes left in the half as Kesselman passes over to Greer. Now back to McGee. McGee bringing it up past midfield. Fits a pass through to Berkson. Berkson sending this one to the outside and just out of reach for Vianello there.
Good attempted connection between Berkson and Vianello. Brookline looking to work Vianello back into the box on a crosser, ideally if they had connected.
Now Wellesley working down this far sideline, and Kesselman is going to get there and turn around quick and boot it back the other way. Deflected back by Wellesley. And now it's taken by the Raiders. Collard pushing up with it. Going to her right. And is met by the Brookline defense from Nigrovic, but it's taken back by Sullivan. Sullivan sending in a crosser, and it's well wide and out of bounds.
Well, Sullivan did a good job to curl it back in. Still too tight of an angle. Wellesley looking to bring it back over. Brookline adjusting all their defenders over to that side to pressure them into the corner.
Price going to give this one to Kesselman. Now across to McGee. Kicked up field here. Finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Amalia pass to the outside to Nigrovic. Nigrovic kicking it upfield, looking for Kimbrough. Kimbrough turning around. Jukes getting around her defender. Charging in. Crosser blocked. Kicked away by Hoff. Elin Lindgren-Palm comes up to boot this one back in. Off ahead, going the wrong way, but it's going to be corralled by Stevens. Kick upfield, finds her target, Amy Gander. Pass back, and now a kick upfield, knocked back by Kesselman. Racing up for it is Hoff. Hoff gives it to Stevens. To the outside to Gearhart. Gearhart up the line, was looking for Gander, but missed that one out of bounds.
Now Brookline here with the ball in the waning minutes here of the first half. The Warriors have been on the front foot most of the half. Both teams have had their chances, but Brookline has been the better team.
This one going back and forth. Still being fought for, and Hammond going to take it. Hammond to the outside to Nigrovic. Nigrovic trying to head down the sideline, blocked by Collard. Collard, a pass back. Sullivan. Pass deflects off the body of Nigrovic towards the middle. Kicked upfield by Avery Andrews. And now blocked away by McGee. Goes straight up in the air. Off the head, deflecting around. And swooping in to take it away is Berkson. Berkson to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, sending it forward. Vianello's on sides. Vianello racing up. Crosser flying in. Knocked away. Amalia shot. Couldn't fit through. Too many defenders there. Deflects back and forth. Corralled by Andrews. Andrews to the outside. Out of bounds. But what a close chance for Brookline there.
What an opportunity for the Warriors. Jesse, Jada Kimbrough in a great position for Brookline. It pinged back. And then Amalia Lindgren-Palm taking a shot, blocked away, but yet another great chance in front of net for Brookline.
This one deflecting around, and Greer's pass to the outside connects. Vianello sends it up, looking for Amalia. Amalia stopped there by Comella. Comella sends it up the line, but a steal back from Vianello gets it to Amalia. Her pass blocked, out of bounds, Brookline ball.
Well, now Brookline looking to get one or two more chances, or more, who knows. A couple more chances back into the box here. Another throw-in coming.
Indeed. 4 minutes to go here in the half. Throw in to Amalia Lindgren-Palm, kicked away by Comella. Deflecting around, goes up in the air, kept in by Brookline there. Deflects back to Kesselman. Kesselman, big boot, and misses Sullivan. Negrovic slightly misread it as she tried to cut towards the middle. I think she thought Sullivan was going to take it, and so it bounces out of bounds. But Negrovic steals the ball back from Collard off the throw-in. Pass back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Pass up to Hammond. Her kick deflects, but Kimbrough comes back for it. Kimbrough looking around. Pass back, Kesselman. Kesselman across to Elin. Elin Lindgren-Palm up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough winds and kicks one. Did not have enough. You could see the excitement building up as she was winding up for that one, but just didn't have enough juice.
It almost seems like Kimbrough's looking for somebody in the middle of the field, in the box for Brookline, but nobody came over, so it just ended up being an awkward shot.
Now Kesselman with the ball. Kick deflects wide, taken by Sullivan. Sullivan dribbling across midfield, trying to generate a chance for Wellesley. Pass deflected. Now kicked forward by Wellesley, but nobody there, and an easy pickup for Price. 2.5 on the clock here in the first half. No score between Brookline and Wellesley. Price punts it, deflected back by the Raiders. And, breaking through. A big chance here from Gander. Gander surveying her options. Passed back. Now looking for a kick into the box, and Brookline able to escape there without any major chances generated. Kimbrough trying to rush up, but blocked down by Hoff. Hoff taking it up, a pass, misses there, kicked away by Kesselman. Recovered by Sullivan. Sullivan bringing it up, pass across to Gearhart. Gearhart fakes, dribbles in, fires a long shot, and it's an easy pickup for Chloe Price.
Gearhart feeling Brookline soft defense around her at about the level of the 10-yard line, so she just has to take one from deep. It looks like there's 2 minutes of stoppage time here.
Well, the clock automatically freezes at 2 minutes to represent how much stoppage time is left. We can't know how much is left unless we see the signal from the official. Oh, a big chance! Kimbrough, shot! Oh, just wide right!
How did that not go in? Jada Kimbrough not wide open, but open in front of goal, and she just hits it a bit wide right, feeling the pressure from the left side. Great last-ditch effort for Wellesley, and another near miss for the Warriors.
Boy, what a half Jada Kimbrough has been having for Brookline, and it's almost kind of a shame that she doesn't have a goal or an assist to speak for it with how many chances she's generated for the Warriors here. That one coming off her left foot, just barely missing that right side post. This one kicked towards the box for Wellesley. Oh, dangerous ricochet, but Brookline able to clear it out as Vianello kicks that one upfield. Comella launches it right back, and that's going to be out of bounds goal kick.
Now it's scary, Jesse. Underratedly scary. Came off of Mirabelle Kesselman, right back at the goalie Price.
Again, the only way we're going to... Oh, there it is. That's the double whistle, and that is halftime, right as I was about to say it. So that will do it for the half. No score at the midway point between Brookline and Wellesley. As we head into this halftime break, alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I would like to direct your attention to some helpful links in the description section of this video. First off, you can find a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. So you can donate to them if you would like using the Venmo link in the description down below. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Ideal Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And once again, all that information in the description section down below. But for now, it is halftime. No score between Brookline and Wellesley. We're going to take a break and mute our mics and run a YouTube ad break, but we will be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan alongside Sam Lowenstein, coming to you live from Wellesley High School Stadium in Wellesley, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of this high school varsity girls soccer contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Wellesley High Raiders. No score as of yet, and one note of correction I want to put in is that the helpful camera operator from Wellesley Local Access let us know that it's actually Wellesley's other goalie, Bryn Francis Cheney, who's in net, not Cam Walsh. So I'm grateful for that correction. It looks like we have I'm not sure if we have a different player in net for Brookline, but if anyone can tell off the camera, please let me know in the live chat if you think it's different from Chloe Price. Wellesley trying to work the ball up, deflecting around, and ultimately kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm, knocked back by Caroline Keys, and Lindgren-Palm knocks it back the other way. Alexa Hoff comes back to take that ball. Pass to the middle. Trying to fit through, I think, was Keys. I'm not sure. Might have been Kinsley Stevens. That ball lost out of bounds, and it's going to be Brookline ball.
Well, Brookline's going to have to continue to establish their wing attack, Jesse. That's what they did in the first half. They ended up with a lot of chances right ahead of goal that, unfortunately for the Warriors, they were unable to capitalize on.
A missed pass there out of reach for Emily Burnham. It's going to be taken by Julia Vianello. Her kick is blocked, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be Brookline ball once again.
Well, the right idea there from Vianello, trying to cross it in, but it was a low crosser blocked by Wellesley.
Throw in misses Jada Kimbrough there, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Wellesley. I'm surprised they went out of bounds with that one.
That's definitely a surprising one, Jesse. Wellesley could have definitely kicked it up towards the right side of their side of the field, as they could have gotten it away from Brookline and up the field, preventing another chance for the Warriors.
Throw-ins tap back. Vianello tries to kick it in the box, knocked back out by the Wellesley defense, and that's going to be Brookline ball once again.
And Brookline's had a steady pace while they've been on offense.
This throw-in, and could not fit through the defense, and it's cleared away by Kate Comella, but once again it's going to be a Brookline throw-in.
This has been the story in a lot of the parts of this game. Brookline solidly up-tempo, and they've had the momentum as well.
Kick from Juliana Siegel. Hammond tries to kick it, deflects up in the air, and Emily Burnham asserts her position to take that ball and take it across midfield. Pass blocked there by Mirabelle Kesselman. Burnham comes back in, and Kesselman again kicks it away. Strong day on defense for Mirabelle Kesselman, as Wellesley again working it upfield. And that pass going to miss out of bounds.
And this game has been the battle of Emily Burnham and Mirabelle Kesselman. Kesselman, a big defensive anchor, and Burnham, a huge X factor on offense for Wellesley.
Jada Kimbrough taking control and keeping control as she passes it back to Mirabelle Kesselman. Her kick deflected out of bounds by the forward pressure of Hannah Thornton, and it'll stay Brookline ball.
A good pressure again from Wellesley, and this is all we've seen so far this half through the first 3 minutes.
This is Burnham with it. Burnham turning around, tight spot, and she fits through it and passes up the line, finds number 63 as Kesselman forced to knock that one out of bounds.
Well, Burnham finding her teammate on the wing as she wanted to cross it in, it appeared, but Kesselman on for the defense.
Throw in here, deflects out, and a pass back to Burnham. Burnham trying to fit a kick through, no dice, kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Downed there by Ellery Gearhart, kicked away by Vianello. All the way back to Hoff. Hoff passes away to Comella. Comella pressured by Kimbrough, lost it out of bounds, and Kimbrough didn't even touch it. Brookline ball.
And that's perfect defensive pressure, Jesse, from Brookline, from both sides.
This one deflecting around. Hannah Greer gets a foot on it, up to Paige Hammond. Further upfield, headed down by Comella. Gearhart with the ball. Pressure from behind, and Kimbrough takes it away. Jada Kimbrough sending one forward, looking for Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm charging in. She's got no angle, needs a pass. Passes it back. A shot. Oh, launched high and wide by Kimbrough.
Solid chance for Kimbrough, but with two defenders, Jesse, on her, just not the opportunity that Brookline really needed, as she was really closed out well, had to settle for a shot wide of the net.
This is Gearhart passing it back to Comella. The pass goes right to Kimbrough. Another takeaway. A pass to the middle. Hammond trying to fit it through. Deflects to the outside. And Kimbrough is going to take it down towards the corner. And gets the favorable deflection out of bounds. That's going to be a corner kick for Brookline, I believe.
Well, Jesse, that's such a smart play from Jada Kimbrough, backing up over towards the corner flag, but she just taps it forward right off of the leg of the Wellesley defender. Short corner for Brookline.
And they are going to go for the short kick to Siegel. Siegel lifts it high. Oh my gosh, it just curved wide. Still in play, and the shot goes out wide, and it's going to bounce out the back line. My goodness, I was thinking, okay, who's she passing that one to? Wait a second, that one almost went in. Wild play for Brookline, as for Wellesley, number 15, Kinsley Stevens checks back into the game. She's going to be replacing Kate Comella, looks like.
That was unbelievable, Jesse. A great chance for Brookline. Siegel kicking it across the face of goal, and that was a near dangerous chance for the Warriors. They've had a lot of good opportunities, still with no goal yet, though.
And more physical pressure from Kimbrough, but that time too much, as she hits Stevens from behind and gets called for the foul.
Well, the thing is, Brookline has had a lot of success defensively when they've done the high press. They've been able to close out on Wellesley, forcing them into disadvantageous situations early on.
Long pass across to Grace Sullivan. Sullivan cutting towards the middle, gets around one. Sullivan, pass to the outside. This is Stevens. Stevens kicks it, bouncing along the middle, deflecting around. Kesselman's got to watch out, and she does kick it out of bounds and just keeps it along the sideline for a throw-in.
What a quick attack from Wellesley. Mirabelle Kesselman forced off her back foot to spin around and kick that one out of play.
This throw-in, complete to Burnham. Tap back to Stevens. Lifts it towards the box. It's downed by Wellesley, but they couldn't get enough of a boot on it as it's cleared out by Kesselman. Racing up the field is Lindgren-Palm. Amalia Lindgren-Palm stood up by the defense of Sullivan. Sullivan cutting back towards the middle. Fakes, looks behind her, and goes back to Hoff. Hoff, pass up the middle to Keys to the outside. Sent upfield by, I want to say, Annie Huber. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Good box-out job there on the far side by, I think, Nev Kesselman. We're about 7.5 minutes into the second half. Still no scores. This ball bouncing along. Kicked away by Mirabelle Kesselman. Downed there by Alexa Hoff. Hoff gives to Sullivan up the line. Finds her target. Pass back to Hoff again. Hoff goes further back to Sullivan, kicks it across to Gearhart. Gearhart boots it upfield, bounces past everybody, and it is picked up by Chloe Price. Hearing the bench saying, yeah, Chloe, definitely helps me to confirm sometimes, because Price is wearing the wrong number today. She's wearing 37, even though she's listed as 38, and the other Brookline goalies are listed as 37. So I was a little unsure, but it is Price in net.
Well, that's
for
amazing.
Brookline.
Then it could be anybody.
Right? They're going to say that Vianello did touch that ball. Brookline's fans don't like that call, but you got to respect that ultimately it is the officials' call to make. Throw in from Stevens to 63. Tapped back to Stevens, kicked upfield off the back of Burnham's foot over to 63. Fancy passing there. 63 is cut off down the sideline by Mirabelle Kesselman as she continues to anchor that defense. And it'll be a goal kick.
And bodied by Kesselman as well, right off the ball.
McGee going to boot this one upfield off the head of Amalia. It's taken back by Wellesley. Touch to the outside, a pass towards the middle to Keys. Keys swings it across, finds her target. That's Huber. And Huber sending it upfield. That's got a little too much on it, and it's going to roll out the back line. A goal kick for Brookline.
And the thing is, that's the right idea coming from Huber to Keys, but bit of miscommunication, and Brookline doing a good job with compact defense forced that pass to be outside and also a little too far.
Goal kick from Price goes right up the middle. Elin Lindgren-Palm kicks this forward to Kimbrough. Kimbrough trying to fight through her defender, and does fight through. Jada Kimbrough asserting herself physically in this game, but Wellesley, with reinforcements, they take that ball away. More pushing and shoving, and they're going to call the foul on Vianello.
It looked like she got pushed.
Yeah, but I think they're going to say that she tripped her before the push. I mean, it really is just sort of a case of, like, who started it on that one, and they say Vianello had contact first, and frankly, when you're 50-50 on a foul, the tie is always going to go to the offense.
Exactly. You're going to give it to the offense in that situation.
Free kick for Wellesley from just inside the 40-yard line of the football field. We're a little over 10 minutes into this second half. Still goose eggs on the board for both teams. This kick from Gearhart knocked away immediately by Brookline. Deflecting back and forth, Kimbrough taps it for Amalia Lindgren-Palm, who sends it further to the outside to Nev Kesselman. Kesselman bringing it up, cutting towards the middle. Sends a pass forward. It's blocked down by Hoff. Hoff, kick upfield. Burnham giving chase. Burnham getting to the ball, cutting back, looking, firing, and Price watches it go out of bounds for another goal kick.
Yet another long shot in this game for Burnham, Jesse. She has been quite effective for Wellesley, their best offensive weapon. Brookline really has done a good job, and you talked about this earlier. What's interesting is they've had to play a little bit off of her, respecting her dribbling, but as a result, the shots she's been getting haven't been particularly close.
A substitution in for Brookline, replacing Jada Kimbrough, is number 10, Alexa Lieberman-Wingirter, seeing the field for the first time today, as that one's going to bounce out of bounds and be Brookline ball. They got to make sure the throw-in is coming from the proper spot first.
Always important.
This throw-in along the far side. Brookline does push it forward, but it's taken away by the Raiders. Pass goes back to Hoff. Hoff's pass knocked away by Brookline, goes right back to Hoff. Now sends it up the sideline, intercepted there by Nev Kesselman. Kesselman cutting towards the middle, surveying her options, being chased on defense, and gets a pass through, but they're going to say that she tripped up Caroline Keys, who had the inside leverage for the ball, and it'll be a free kick for Wellesley.
And you can really sense the momentum shifting a little bit in this game, especially at the end of the first half. This one was all Brookline, a lot of really close chances for the Warriors, but with Wellesley winning some of these fouls, they have more chances now.
This one deflects, kicked away by Mirabelle Kesselman. Up to Amalia. Amalia, a pass back, gets to Mirabelle. Now up the line to Vianello. Vianello sending it forward to Lieberman-Wingirter. Lieberman-Wingirter dribbling, heading towards the corner, tries a crosser. It's sliding slowly through and finds a target. A tap back outside to Vianello. Vianello lifts one high to Amalia. Looking, jukes, still looking, still looking. Taps it back. Hammond to the outside. Vianello. Vianello lifts it high. Oh, just out of reach as Amalia Lindgren-Palm was crashing towards the net there. If it dropped a little lower, she might have gotten her foot on it.
Julia Vianello under pressure from Kinsley Stevens, trying to work it to the back post, finding Amalia Lindgren-Palm, but just a bit off, and again, so close, but no cigar for Brookline.
Boy, I was so amazed at how long Brookline had that ball around the edge of the box. I mean, usually when you get that close, things speed up, but it weirdly kind of slowed down on that play. Strange play, to be sure. Back in the action, Gearhart with the ball for Wellesley. Pass for Keys. Keys sends it upfield, knocked back by Mirabel-Kesselman. Downed by Hoff. Hoff gets the pass away. Comella back in the game, sends this one up to 63. 63 trying to dribble through, knocked loose by Siegel. Pass back to McGee. McGee lifts it down the far side, looking for Nev Kesselman. She turns on the Jets, keeps the ball in play. Trying to cut in. Kesselman walled off there by the defense. And a hard slide tackle right there as it's taken away by Keys, taking out Hannah Greer at the legs there. Her kick downed by McGee, recovered by Gearhart. Gearhart passes it back. And now Huber going to send it to the outside to Stevens. Stevens looking around, slides it to the middle to Keys. Keys looking. Pass is blocked. Second effort deflects back to Stevens. Sends it all the way back to Hoff. Hoff up the middle. Keys to the outside. Sullivan sends it up for Burnham. Burnham lost control of it. Booted away by McGee. This one deflects upfield. Comella sends it straight up in the air. Off the head of Amalia. Downed by Hammond. Hammond trying to push it upfield but lost control. Taken by Hoff. To the outside to Sullivan. Sullivan cutting towards the middle. Almost lost it but stays with it. Pass back. Comella with the ball. Up the middle to Keys. Back to Hoff. Hoff slowing things down, bringing it towards midfield. Her pass deflected, but does get up to Burnham, who taps it back to Sullivan. Sullivan pass upfield. Oh, that one looking for Burnham, my mistake. Burnham cutting around. Burnham trying to head down the sideline, look for a shot. Missed it high.
And that's been the story of Burnham's day in this game, Jesse. So many chances, but Brookline with a double team on that play, doing such a good job to prevent her from scoring.
Yeah, again, much like Jada Kimbrough on Brookline's side, you got to respect the heck out of the effort and the pressure that's been generated by Emily Burnham for Wellesley today, even if she doesn't have any points to speak of. This ball stolen away by Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Pass across to Siegel. Juliana Siegel taps it, and a kick forward by Greer, but it's deflected and taken by Sullivan. Sullivan goes back to Hoff. Just under 23 minutes to go here in the half. We're almost midway through the second half. Pass slightly wide, but it is taken by Comella. Comella gets it away to Stevens. Stevens upfield, booted away by Mirabel-Kesselman. Booted right back by Hoff. Bouncing along, booted right back by Greer. Off a couple of heads. And they're going to call a hit in the back against Brookline. Again, Brookline's been playing a very aggressive game, but they're starting to get called for some fouls here in the second half.
And when Brookline's been successful, when their strategy has been aggressive, but at the same time, when they've been getting overly aggressive, and as a result of that, Wellesley's gotten a lot of the foul calls to go their way, which has allowed for them to set up and generate chances.
And with this ball rolling out of bounds, a Wellesley ball could set up another chance as Hannah Thornton checking back into the game for Wellesley. She'll replace number 63. This throw in. A tap back. Thornton sends a pass through, finds Burnham. Burnham trying to fit an extra pass. One pass too many as Vianello clears it out. It's recovered by Sullivan. Sullivan jukes around, tries a long kick, knocked in the air by Mirabel-Kesselman. Off a couple of heads. Still bouncing around. And ricocheting around like a pinball, and a long shot from Keys, high and wide.
And wow, Jesse, that pass streaking through the middle almost found Keys before it was kicked away. Great defense yet again from Brookline's back line.
Subbing in for Brookline, number 19, Jada Kimbrough back in, replacing Amalia Lindgren-Palm. We haven't seen Haley Ament since the first half. I'm worried she might have gotten hurt or something, but if she did, hopefully it's nothing that bad, but certainly someone that Brookline would want to stay healthy and stay out there, as Ament, the leading goal scorer for Brookline this season with 3 so far. The goal kick from Kesselman, a line drive, knocked right down by Wellesley. Second effort, Kesselman sends it up the middle. It's going to be taken by Keys. Keys, pass up, tapped out by Thornton, intercepted by Nev Kesselman. And she sends it out of bounds, Wellesley ball. Quick throw in from the Raiders. They work it up that far side. And down into the corner, double team from Brookline arrives. A player goes down, and the play is still live as they kick it into the box. Price falls on it, and there's still an injured player down, and now they're going to whistle the play dead.
It looks like that's Nev Kesselman who's down for Brookline after a collision in the corner.
Man, and that was tough. So hard to see on that far side exactly what happened. And like we said with Ament, hopefully nothing serious here for Nev Kesselman. You know, her first year as a varsity regular as a sophomore. And while she's only got 1 assist to her name so far, she has been a helpful member of the transition game for Brookline this year. Up on her feet, which is good to see. And is she going to stay in? It looks like she's staying in. Unless they... And they are going to substitute her out. They're going to bring in Astrid Nigrovic just to be safe. Understandable there. He had a stoppage due to injury. You know, best to just double check, make sure everything is on the up and up. It's going to be a drop ball since the ball was live when it was stopped. And I think Brookline just discussing making sure that Price can grab it off the drop, which I'm pretty sure she can. And there we go. Play is back live again. A little less than 20 minutes to go. Still scoreless here in Wellesley. Price punts it across midfield. Off the head of Stevens towards the middle. It's taken by Kimbrough. Kimbrough passes back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Kicks it up the middle. Bouncing past everybody. And Frances Cheney is going to grab that one on the edge of the penalty box. Frances Cheney punts it. Kicked forward by Brookline. Corralled here by Siegel, I think. Her kick deflects. Almost taken by Kimbrough, but instead the Raiders recover it. Gearhart a pass back to Sullivan. Further back to Hoff. Hoff gives it back to Sullivan. Sullivan jukes. Swings it over to the near side to Comella. Comella up the line, intercepted. Taken back by Brookline. This is Siegel. Siegel passes it back. Greer sends it all the way back to McGee. McGee, some aggressive dribbling. And now passes it away to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Elin up the line, misses her target there, was looking for Nigrovic. As that's going to roll close to out of bounds. And it does finally slowly roll out the back line. And it'll be a goal kick for Wellesley.
And Wellesley's done a really good job consolidating their defensive play here in this second half after, especially late in the first, Jesse. Brookline had a lot of very, very close chances.
At the end of the first half and also the start of the second half, Brookline came out firing, but Wellesley has really settled in defensively, like you said. This one deflects up to Burnham. Burnham slowly bringing it up, passes it back. This is Sullivan. Sullivan cutting around towards the middle. Gets a pass to Burnham. Burnham with some space, fires a shot. Oh, that one's in. Emily Burnham with a beautiful shot to put Wellesley on the board and end the scoreless tie. And Sam, she's been looking for those long-range ones all night, and finally one flies right for her.
Well, 100%. It's been the Emily Burnham show this evening here in Wellesley. Brookline, you can't do that. Playing soft defense, but the problem is this time Burnham from a good angle. She's able to rifle the shot out. A lot of those shots before that she was taking, she was pinned to either the left or the right side. This time it's a straightaway chance. Brookline has two of their defenders push back, allowing Burnham to have space, and she just takes the shot and rifles that into the top left corner.
1-0 now, the Wellesley lead. Goal scored by Emily Burnham. Assist, I think, to Grace Sullivan. As a timeout is called by Brookline, as they're going to try and settle in, strategize, and adjust to the new situation, because now you've got to be a little more aggressive if you're Brookline, because you need a goal if you don't want to lose this game. 17 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock here in Wellesley. And we'll see what Brookline does. Sam, what do you think are the adjustments Brookline's going to have to make?
Well, importantly for Brookline, they're going to have their attackers cut through the middle. They've been having success. They had a lot of success in this early second half and in the late first half, when you have somebody like Jada Kimbrough, as an example, find space in between the soft defense of Wellesley when Wellesley has played soft defense, or at least create that space. If you're Brookline, Wellesley's been consolidated in the box, so the crossing game hasn't worked out all that well for the Warriors, but a lot of their chances have came through the middle.
All right, the referee whistling for the end of the timeout. We'll see if Brookline can generate some more scoring chances. We're more than midway through the second half now. Less than 18 minutes to go for Brookline to now try and tie this one up. Burnham from Sullivan for the first score of the game. Wellesley trying to sweep the regular season series after beating Brookline on their own turf earlier this year, 2-0. And Brookline already playing many of their players up as the opening pass goes back to Mirabelle Kesselman, and she starts dribbling. Kesselman, a little too much fancy dribbling, and the ball is going to be taken away. Or is it? There's no whistle there as two players started going to the ground, but Brookline does lose it out of bounds. Wellesley ball.
And that's a really rough miscommunication for Brookline there, allowing Wellesley to get the ball back.
And now an attempted pass does get through. Big difference here is going to be how much can Brookline put pressure on these passing lanes in the transition game. But right now, Wellesley passing at will. Gearhart sending it upfield, headed down by Kesselman. The pass from Keys deflected and recovered by Hammond. Hammond pass back. Kesselman kicks it up the field, downed by Wellesley again. A tap over to Gearhart. Gearhart to the outside to 63. Up the line. Finds Etcher. Etcher kicked to the middle, stopped by McGee. McGee couldn't get enough on that one, as going to be kicked by Gearhart, blocked by Vianello. Kicked upfield by Siegel. Kimbrough can't stay with it, taken away by the Wellesley defense. Kick it upfield. Kesselman kicks it back the other way, downed by Keys. Tapped in the air by Vianello. Oh, and we've got another injury stoppage here. Mirabelle Kesselman.
Looked like she was having some problems at halftime as well.
Yeah, looks like a problem with her shoulder. Here's hoping that she is okay. So it's going to be a drop ball here, taken now by McGee. Swings it across the field to Astrid Nigrovic. Nigrovic sends it upfield, intercepted by Hoff. Pass to the outside, now a kick upfield, looking for Etcher again, too far. Going to be kicked to the outside. Brookline maintains control. Taking it up that far side. I think that's Nev Kesselman back in the game, taking it down the sideline. Fits a pass through, a tap to the outside, finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm, trying to fit her way through. Forced pass back to Nigrovic. Pass upfield finds its target. I believe that's Hammond. Hammond goes back to McGee. McGee bringing it up, kicks it upfield, finds an open Julia Vianello. Vianello lifts one into the box, deflects down. Hammond trying to take control, taps it back. A fake, a shot, and it's a slow roller picked up by Frances Cheney off that shot attempt from Juliana Siegel.
Siegel receiving the pass back from inside Wellesley's back line, but off balance, unable to get a good shot off.
This one being battled down the sideline, and Brookline does get the favorable deflection, and it will be a throw-in deep in the Wellesley end as they try and generate something here.
And now some small chances here and there for the Warriors, but it's still been Wellesley's half. Good compact defense from them.
Throw in, and fitting it through a tight space is Vianello. Her kick is walled out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in.
And this continues to be the problem for Brookline. Kate Comella blocking that one. Brookline can just get more crosses, but it seems like they're all getting blocked.
Oh, that one, almost a chance there, just not enough of an angle as it does go over the back line. Last touched by Wellesley, and Brookline's going to have a corner kick chance. That was Amalia Lindgren-Palm in front of the net fighting for that one and able to get the favorable deflection.
Great job there, Jesse, by Lindgren-Palm to fight for the ball. And Brookline, one thing they've done so well is they've gotten a lot of corners.
This one flying in, headed away, and chased down. And a big kick attempted by Brookline. Deflects up in the air, deflects down, and bouncing around, and cleared out by the Raiders. Brookline wanted a foul call. They did not get it. And now the Raiders rushing on the counter. 63, cutting towards the middle. Trying to fit a pass through, and Etcher wasn't there, and it's an easy pickup for Price.
Good idea there from the Wellesley attacker looking for Escher.
This punt knocked down, taken by Greer to the outside to, I believe, Nigrovic. And that pass going to roll out of bounds. Throw in for Wellesley. And that's going to roll out. Throw in here. Finds Amalia Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm escapes the pressure around midfield. Lifts one high. Looking for Vianello down the sideline. Vianello couldn't block that one as Comella faked as if she was going for a clear kick and is still dribbling with it. Sends it up the line and knocked out of bounds by Elin Lindgren-Palm.
Good job by Lindgren-Palm to jump ahead of the attempted pass of Kate Comella to her target.
Throw in there. Deflects off ahead. McGee taps to the outside. Elin Lindgren-Palm upfield goes off the head of Sullivan, headed forward by Amalia. And they're just going to let Frances Cheney scoop this one up.
Well, the thing is, now Wellesley up 1-0. They can just play possession ball, committing more players back to defense.
Absolutely right, Sam, and that's why Brookline's got to find a way to generate some more pressure if they want to come back and tie this thing. Nev Kesselman moving down the sideline. Good to see she's back in the game after a brief injury departure. Brookline trying to fit a pass through, and they send it back to the back line to McGee. Now that one's stolen away from Greer by 63. Kick upfield goes over the defender's head. McGee going to get back there first and pass it back to Price. 11 minutes to go as Price gives it to Elin. Elin's kick blocked down. Coming back for it. Vianello, her kick blocked. Bouncing around. McGee's kick is blocked. Now recovered by Nigrovic. Her kick, finally one that isn't blocked, but it is taken back by Wellesley. This one sent back up by Nigrovic, and now Hammond a pass to the outside to Kesselman, but she lost it out of bounds. Wellesley ball. Two subs coming in for the Raiders, Emmy Gander and Grace Collard into the game, replacing Hannah Thornton and Layla Etcher. Throw in, downed, taken by Wellesley. Pass back to Hoff. Pressure from Kimbrough knocks it loose. Amalia Lindgren-Palm sending it up, and Hoff forced to kick it out of bounds. And there's the pressure from Jada Kimbrough we know and love. Quick throw in and stumbling around. They try and fit a pass through traffic. It's taken, I think, by Kimbrough. Kimbrough battling and lost the ball and now called for the foul. Going over the back of Keys.
Well, there's more pressure for Brookline, but you have pressure and then there's defensive aggressiveness, and the Warriors have been penalized on quite a bit of these fouls.
This pass to the outside. This one booted up in the air, gonna fly out of bounds.
Well, the right idea from the players of Wellesley, try to work it to the right side, then potentially get one crossed back in. They've had a bunch of success at times with that strategy in this game.
Brookline trying to move the ball. Pass to Siegel. Siegel double teamed. Taps it out to Vianello, who starts moving up the sideline. Vianello kicking it upfield. It's blocked down by the Raiders. Recovered by Gearhart, who gets bowled over there by Siegel, and they're going to call that foul every time.
And Siegel just coming through the back, running over Gearhart. You said it, bowled over. That's a perfect word to describe that play.
Free kick coming from Comella. She sends it up the line looking for Sullivan, and Sullivan is going to get there as that one stays in bounds. Sullivan charging in, lifts a kick, header, saved by Price. That's going to be a corner kick for Wellesley as Price couldn't fully grip that one, but a dangerous chance for the Raiders.
Brookline's defense all committed into the center of the box, nobody guarding Sullivan along the left wing, allowing for the cross in from Wellesley.
And now another cross going to be coming in on this corner kick. This one lifted in, deflects the wrong way off ahead, and Brookline's going to be able to clear this one out. Nev Kesselman picking up speed, racing down the sideline, trying to muscle her way through and cannot. That one taken away, I believe, by Gearhart. Pass back to, I think, Comella, who swings it over to Keys. Keys dribbling up, surveying her options, lifting it up for Gander. No offsides. Gander charging in, a pass through, a shot saved at close range by Chloe Price as Grace Collard had a big look there. Up the far side, it's Kesselman again. Kesselman stopped, stolen away there by, I think, Keys again. Keys looking, trying to fit a pass through, kicked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm. Kesselman boots it up in the air. Brookline fully playing on their heels the last couple of minutes when they need to generate some offensive pressure. Pass given to Comella. Comella lifts this one, deflects the wrong way off McGee's foot, but an offside's called on Wellesley. That's a big break for Brookline.
And that's a really nice trap also from the Warriors defense. Everybody jumping just ahead. A very lucky break also.
McGee takes the free kick off the head of Burnham, going the other way. Collard takes it. Recovered by Nigrovich. Upfield, deflects back to Siegel. Further back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Up to Kimbrough, but it bounces too far off her foot, and it's taken away by Gander. Comella kicks it upfield, out of bounds. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the game. Wellesley 1, Brookline 0. Throw in, Siegel, tap back, Lindgren-Palm. Slides it across, no one's taking it! Oh, that was almost a disaster for Brookline. Their players all backed away from the pass, thinking someone else was going to take it. Price now punts this one. Deflects back. Vianello moving up with it. Fits a pass through. Amalia Lindgren-Palm looking, tries a pass, and it's blocked. She had an open teammate coming down her left. Now Kimbrough with the ball, heading towards the corner, trying to get that favorable deflection. It's lost, Out the back line, I believe that'll be another Brookline corner. Smart play again from Kimbrough.
Well, Jesse, Amala Lindgren Palm had Paige Hammond, as you said, running down the left side open. And that would have been a good chance for Brookline if she would be able to target her.
Setting up for this kick. Greer sends it in. A chance deflects down. Oh, but kept in play by Brookline. A shot launched, saved by Frances Cheney, and no putback chance for Brookline.
What a chance for Brookline at the edge of the box with all the Wellesley players around.
The clock now frozen at 5 minutes to represent second half stoppage time. The triple whistle from the official is what will signal the end of this game. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Quick throw in up the line. Tapped back, popped up in the air by, I believe, Greer. Pushed forward, I think, by Kesselman, and that's going to roll out of bounds and be a Wellesley goal kick.
Well, that's very unfortunate for the Warriors, looking for one last chance to tie this one up.
Looks like Comella lining up to take this goal kick. Good read by Elin Lindgren Palm, but it's recovered by the Raiders. And now they send it upfield, 63 all on her own and way off sides. And that's going to be a free kick for Brookline from about the 35.
She was offsides by a good 5 yards there.
McGee gives to Lindgren Palm, back to McGee. McGee lifts it down the far side looking for Kesselman. Kesselman trying to break ahead with the ball. And we got a foul call on Wellesley and a free kick chance for Brookline from inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a really good position for the Warriors. A great place to cross it in after the foul on Kesselman.
And it'll be Hannah Greer sending in this free kick. Like you said, Sam, a good angle for a crosser. This one lifts into the box, deflects off ahead. Oh, a tap! That's in! Brookline ties it up. And I believe that was Elin Lindgren Palm. Unbelievable. Elin Lindgren Palm off the assist from Hannah Greer. They're going to rush this play, so I won't be able to show the replay now, but wow.
What a goal. Elin Lindgren Palm, right place, right time, and this time the chance materializes at last for the Warriors.
Elin Lindgren Palm, the wingback, pulled all the way up for the aggressive attack, pays off in spades off a beautiful crosser kick from Hannah Greer. This kick downed by Nigrovic. Her clear kick intercepted. Sullivan applying some pressure. Brookline fighting now to preserve a tie here in stoppage time. A rush from Wellesley and an offsides called.
It's the second offsides call going against Wellesley in the last couple minutes. This one much tighter, but the Raiders getting quite aggressive, looking to retake their lead.
Free kick coming from McGee. McGee lifts this one outside, off ahead. Nigrovic going back for it, kicking it out of bounds. Throw in, knocked down, kick towards the middle. Bouncing, still bouncing around, and Brookline cuts off the attacker and lets Price pick that one up.
And nearly a chance for Burnham. She's been held quiet in the last 20 minutes or so.
Vianello kicks this one upfield. Deflected back the other way, bouncing along. Taken by Keys. Pass back, Comella up in the air, off ahead. Dribbling around, Vianello cuts her off. Keeping it inbounds. Fits a pass through somehow, and it gets to Hammond. Hammond on a rush. Hammond setting it up for Kimbrough. Kimbrough bringing it up, sending one into the box. Oh, it's almost juggled by Frances Cheney, but she is going to corral it. Maybe a little hasty on that pass, but Brookline trying to score their second stoppage time goal. This one bouncing along. Collard taken off with it. Vianello cuts her off. Vianello fits the ball through, taken back by Collard. Pass back to Gearhart. Upfield, knocked away by Elin Lindgren-Palm, out of bounds.
Well, ever since her goal, Brookline has shut down the Wellesley captain Burnham.
I think the ref is counting down seconds as this is going to be kicked out of bounds by Hoff. And I do believe that's going to be the end of the ball. This is your triple whistle, and there is your ball game. A thrilling comeback tie for Brookline as they match head-to-head with a top 3 team in the state. Elin Lindgren-Palm, the hero, off the assist from Hannah Greer. Let's take a look at the replay of this one, Sam. The kick from Greer flies in, bounces the wrong way off a defender's head, and Elin Lindgren-Palm at the tail end of that formation just sticks her leg out and gets enough of it to knock it in. Wow. That'll be Elin Lindgren-Palm's first goal of the season, as she has mostly played on defense this year. The second goal of her career, as she scored her first career goal last year during the playoffs against Braintree. Hannah Greer picking up her second assist of the season and second of her career. And that is how this game is going to end. Final score, Brookline 1, Wellesley 1. Well, that's going to do it for us here alongside Sam Lowenstein. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks to all the fans who brought the good vibes in the live chat today. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. And also be sure to go down below to the description section of the video where you can find some helpful links. There's a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. You can also find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. And you can also find some links related to me that you can also see in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. I'll be posting highlights from this game later tonight here on this channel, but I'll also be posting them on my social media on Instagram and Facebook, so be sure to check out those links in the description section and the bottom right corner of your screen. That's going to do it for this stream. Brookline 1, Wellesley 1 from the Wellesley High School Stadium in Wellesley, Massachusetts. Alongside Sam Lowenstein, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.